a conservative activist and Trump supporter, is nearly dead after a militant leftist attempted to take his life by running him over with his car. You know, not so long ago, I said that conservatives were going to be hunted down. It would be like that movie, The Hunt, where liberals hunt down conservatives for sport. But this is real life, folks. We all remember the Antifa murderer, Reinoehl, who shot a Trump supporter dead in Portland. You've probably heard of this by now, but sadly this is not really being covered by the news. Reinoehl hunted and stalked that Trump supporter down. We now have video footage and photo evidence of Reinoehl targeting a random Trump supporter because he was wearing a hat. I believe it was a Patriot prayer hat, and he literally waited for them, ambushed them, and took their life. It was a hit job. It was an assassination. It was an execution. And I said, this is going to escalate. And I said then that the culture war is, and now we have this story about a member of the Proud Boys being left near death. The culture war is escalating, and it's only going to get worse. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on The Gateway Pundit, militant leftist attempts to kill a conservative activist after memorial for Trump supporter murdered by Portland Antifa. To put this in perspective, folks, because this is what really upsets me about this story. This guy was at a memorial for the same Trump supporter we just talked about, the one who was murdered by Reinoehl. And then another Antifa member comes and attempts to kill him. Antifa is hunting down conservatives in the street. They're murdering people. And if you ask me, this demands a very severe and strong government response. It must be dealt with. A member of the Proud Boys is hospitalized with severe injuries from being hit by a car after attending a memorial for Aaron J. Danielson, the President Donald Trump supporter who was murdered by Antifa in Portland. Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio told the Gateway Pundit that the victim is bleeding from his brain, damaged his left temporal lobe, has a concussion, and is suffering from amnesia and cannot remember the incident. He's got brain damage. He has internal bleeding, amnesia. He might not make it. He could very well die. And what will the media say? They're going to say something like, far-right Trump supporter. They won't even say that. They're just going to say, Antifa member involved in fatal car accident of far-right person. Because that's what they do. The media is implicit. They enable the murdering of conservatives in the street. The media will slander a victim of a crime. But before that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell button for notifications for more content. And if you like my videos, if you think that they're informative, if you think that they're helpful in this culture war, if you think that they're good red pills, please consider sharing my video with others. It's the #1 way to help promote this channel and spread the word. I'm going to do a quick shout out to Virtue Signal, the card game. It's a parody of social justice activism. It's a lot of fun. The cards are hilarious. And I want to keep this one brief, so check it out in the link in the description. But it's a fun game and I recommend it. So back to the story, because I really want to get into this, folks. I have a lot to say about this. It's not only being allowed to escalate, it's being enabled by the left. The Democrats are literally urging people to riot in the street, to destroy, and to hurt people, to hunt conservatives down. So the Proud Boys are a pro-Trump male social group that frequently stands against Black Lives Matter and Antifa militants, which has made them a hated target of the left. Yeah, so the media, for a long time now, has slandered the Proud Boys as some sort of far-right group, but that's not the case. The Proud Boys was and always is a group that is meant to defend protesters from violent leftists. Now, I want you to think about how horrible the situation actually is. Conservatives are constantly being demonized by the media, by these left-wing watchdog groups that basically think that anyone slightly right of Stalin is far-right. Like, their standard for far-right is anyone who is not a communist. The media is lying to you. Every story that you see that says some right-wing Trump supporter did something bad, most of the time, it's a lie. Maybe he was defending himself. Maybe he was protecting someone. Maybe he was attacked. They lied about Kyle Rittenhouse. They lied about Nick Sandmann. They'll lie about anything, and they'll lie about this too. So the Gateway Pundit has been asked to only identify the victim by his first name, Shane, at this time. So following Danielson's memorial, the Trump supporter killed in Portland by Michael Reinoehl, in Vancouver, Washington, a group of Proud Boys went into a bar down the street, according to Ethereium. He said that a man who appeared to be a member of Antifa began taking photos and recordings of the people inside. So again, we're seeing this behavior of Antifa harassing people, doxing people, and hunting people down. They're literally hunting people down in the streets. This is no longer a movie, The Hunt. This is real life. The Hunt has become real life. We're living through a purge. So a man who witnessed the incident, Rex Fergus, told the Gateway Pundit that the man started walking around the bar, recording them, putting his phone in our faces, supposedly for doxing. Quote, as he was doing that, one of our guys confronted him and said, "Hey, get out of here. We don't want you filming us. This is a private establishment and we're not public." The man continued to try to pick fights with people in the bar at the time, until security finally kicked him out of the bar, Fergus said. As the man was kicked out of the bar, there were several Proud Boys in the parking lot smoking cigarettes, and just arriving from the memorial service. Fergus explained that the man had also become combative with them, so Shane pulled his phone out and started filming him back. Once the guy started his vehicle and started to dry off, he hit Shane, Fergus said. Shane tried to get out of the way, and the guy ran him over. Fergus said that Shane's body went up on the roof of the truck, and his head hit the concrete when he fell. Antifa tried to kill another person. And they've been killing people. It's not a mystery at this point. Antifa has been responsible for at least half of the 30-plus deaths caused by the riots. Remember when they burned down that building? And then later on, a burned body was found inside? That's just one body. It continues. Immediately, he was unconscious. After he hit him, the driver of the truck gassed it and left the parking lot, leaving Shane on the ground, bleeding out of his ears, Fergus said. Oh my God. The amount of emotion that I feel right now. Look, I'm literally up. It's 2 a.m. and I'm recording this story for you guys because I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep when this Antifa terrorist is out there wild. Who knows who he's going to kill next? And this is all the fault of the media. The media and the Democratic Party have let this get out of hand. They let it happen. They wanted it to happen. That's why they told people they should take to the streets and riot and destroy. Just the other day, I did a video on a Trump ad campaign that showed Kamala Harris laughing about America burning and showed Joe Biden saying that the protests were mostly peaceful. The Democrats are literally sanctioning the murder of conservatives and right-wingers and even liberals. And if you're one of them, if you're a liberal, if you're a conservative, if you're any one of these groups that the left hates, you're not safe. None of us are safe. These people are extremists. The media backs them. The social media backs them. They're being endorsed by the Democratic Party. This is a civil war. Now, I know that's why I'm saying that the culture war is escalating, but it's escalating into a civil war. That's where we're at. Now, there's people who think, oh, it's never going to happen to us. It's not real. It's just what's on TV. No, folks. Even I can see that this is escalating. If you think there's not going to be a civil war at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Conservatives are being murdered. So according to Fergus, we immediately they ran over. They tried to stabilize him. He wasn't conscious, but he was breathing. Fergus said that blood was pouring out of his ears and his nose. His eyes were completely bloodshot. Oh my God. So luckily a surgeon happened to be at the bar and helped them get control of the situation until paramedics arrived. Talk about, I can't even say that. I was going to say, talk about a stroke of luck, but this man has brain damage and he could still die. The photos Shane took helped the police to identify the man who has now been arrested. Okay, what's his name? I want to know what his name is, and I want it plastered all over CNN, all over Fox News. But do you think they're going to talk about it? No, they're not going to talk about it, folks, because they sanction it, they endorse it, they enable it. Now, Fox News, maybe not so much, but CNN, they endorse and fan the flames of the culture war every single day. They're trying to start racial conflict. They're trying to start civil war. It's pure evil, my friends, pure evil. So Terrio tells the Gateway Pundit that he was arrested, but we have not yet been able to confirm the driver's name. So I've seen the footage. It's horrible. I'm not going to play it for you guys, but Shane is not in good shape. I have a fundraiser here. I don't know about using GoFundMe because GoFundMe is Well, they're anti-right-winger, they're anti-conservative, so I don't know if this is the best platform, but I'm going to share this. I'm going to pin it in the comments if you want to contribute. He was hit and run, basically, and, he was just at this memorial for his friend who died because he was murdered by an Antifa assassin who got what he deserved. He opened fire on police and they shot him dead. Yeah. Fucking garbage. A lot of these Antifa members are extremists. No, all of them are extremists. What am I saying? This is the world we're living in, folks. Vice News gave an interview with the man, Michael Reinoehl, who killed a Trump supporter, murdered. But he got an interview on Vice. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse's GoFundMe was taken down by GoFundMe and by the left. Do you see anything wrong with this picture? Who are the real victims? Who are the real revolutionaries? Who are the real resistance? These are all important questions to ask. I'm just going to say this. Who are the bad guys and who are the good guys? It's got to stop. Now, I'm going to leave off this story. I'm really tired. It's really late. I still have to edit this and upload it and stuff. So I'm going to leave off with this conversation here. Because the escalating culture war, civil war's here, folks. Patriot AZ says, this is an honest question. No BS, no fakery. I really honestly want to know what it's going to take to restore law and order. There are insane people out there destroying our country. The most prosperous, wonderful country on the entire planet, and in the history of Earth that provides more opportunity and fairness than anywhere else. This has got to stop, now. Dean Counts replies, honest answer, sadly, is probably a full-blown civil war after the election. The two sides simply cannot coexist. The left will not tolerate anything but absolute power, and the establishment of their cultural Marxist dystopia, and we will not tolerate any outcome other than the return of our constitutional republic. These are scary words, my friends, my fellow Americans. I don't want them to be true. I don't want to do a civil war. I want America to be prosperous. I want the left to be defeated by facts and logic. A little bit of humor, but for real. I want the left to be defeated by the red pill, the truth. I want the truth to destroy them. I want everyone to wake up. I want their eyes to open, and then I want everyone to realize that the real enemy, it's not the conservatives, it's the left. They become radicalized extremists. It's the Democrats who have enabled radical extremism. We're living through the most important election in human history. You have two choices. Join the people who are hunting down conservatives in the street, or say no. I refuse. I'm going to stand up for what's right. Simple choice to me. Vote, vote, vote. Do everything you can to vote against this nonsense and to get the Democrats out of power. We cannot let them win. You know what? I'm going to skip the ending segment of this video because I want to share my thoughts with you. Right now, conservatives, right-wingers, liberals, anyone who enjoys freedom, or even libertarians like myself, are being attacked and targeted by not only the media, by not only the corrupt establishment, but by the left. We are being hunted down. We are being deplatformed, we are being censored, we are being hurt. And if we try to defend ourselves, the media, the social media, the Democrats, and the left, they demonize us. They say, no, it's your fault. We're going to take you down, and there's nothing you can do about it. Do you understand? The game is rigged. It's stacked against you and everyone you know and love and care about. It's stacked against the country. It's stacked against America. We can't let them win. We cannot let them win. When they try to steal the election, and they will, and Trump wins on a landslide on election day because everyone went out and voted, they're going to say, no, we refuse to concede, and we're going to magically find millions of ballots for Biden. And then we're going to say that Biden won. Now give us the presidency. That cannot be allowed to happen. Democrats have lost their minds.